Hey guys, so today we're going to look at a couple of moves that I've been working on and, trying to get the essence of the move and how, Messi makes them effective and, um, basically uncovering the magic more or less. So let's begin with this Messi Boateng feint. Now I started with this feint because, this is like one of the first feints that I did, and I worked on this one exclusively just for a year to just pretty much just go through every detail. So I'll just go over it, like the basic principles that I found over just like a year, and then we can apply that to some of the other moves that I've been working on. So kind of see, Messi hops onto the ball, and then, he touches the ball at the apex of the jump or on the way down. And kind of noticed, see on the last step here, see as he jumps, you also see that leg flail back, and then, of course, he's hitting the ball on the way down. And another thing to really notice is you see how that leg is bent. Uh, like trust me, it's really awkward to dribble this way. Like naturally, you want to kind of like extend your leg. Like it feels a lot more bent than it is. Like what you see here. Actually, like when I do it, it kind of like feels like my leg is bent there because it's that awkward. But it's good to note that you see Messi bends it here, and then you see at this point it kind of like just like stomps down like just as he is about to do the move. So it stomps here, and then the leg extension here, and the drop of the shoulder. That's actually relatively easy to do, and it does feel natural once you do it properly. But again, hopping and then like bending your leg here, that's actually quite awkward to do. I do want to put one more thing is also he keeps his legs fairly close together as he dribbles. So that's kind of like what I mentioned with the crisscrossing method. Naturally you want to put your leg there for balance, but like he's not crisscrossing a ton, but it is crisscrossed enough where the legs are closer. So, keeping the legs close and then keeping the leg bent. Again, it takes in my opinion, it takes practice, and then I need to analyze it just to make sure I'm doing it properly. Because sometimes I think I'm bent, but it's actually my legs looks like it's out there. So, and then after I have it bent, and I kind of stomp my foot down like this, and then do the feint. So I do want to point out that that year when I was like doing this kind of feints, I did this about 1,000 times as a group I plays just some local pickup football, and I've done this move 1,000 times, but I'll never forget. Uh, about for 2 or 3 weeks, it was conditionally. Like I only exclusively copied this move. Sometimes I do some other moves too and some shooting, but I was copying this move exactly for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'll never forget. I played this match and pickup game, and these guys know me. And this one guy, a lot of times if he concentrates, he enlists me, force me to the side. I can't go around and more directly to the net, but I did it in such a way, everything I felt was just perfect. The hop, my leg was bent sufficiently there. I did the stomp. My legs were fairly close together. I was trying to have that momentum, and still have it fairly close here before doing the feint and going to the side. And it was hard to explain. Everything felt just so much different. Actually, even everybody in the field who's seen me, do this kind of feint, 1,000 times, this one felt different. The guy who normally can mark me pretty well, he's sort of flying over that way, and so looking back, I feel there's some sort of magic that I can use. Again, trying to I need to condition my body to do this way, especially the bending the leg, because that feels really awkward. Um, and then I can also kind of use these same principles and see if I can improve the other moves that I've been working on. So I have a theory as I've been working on the other moves as well as looking back at this move is you see like when you bend your leg here and then your body momentum goes forward. So like as soon as your body gets to about here, it kind of looks like you're almost like running and like ready to stop there. And since you're falling down, it's like in one motion. So here you kind of stomp there, like and I don't think you put too much weight on your body. It's just some balance, and then it's just like you can use that falling momentum to extend the leg here like this down. So um, maybe I can explain it better when I think about it more. But having that leg bent, and then your body like kind of catch up over here a bit forward, and then when you stomp down and then come down here, it's like one motion. You're not like if I do the opposite, it might be less effective. Like say, I hit the ball on the way up, um, which actually later on I think I do that anyway. But like I don't extend my leg, and then it's almost like 2 or 3 motions. Like I hit the ball, wait for my self to like fall down, and then I go up again and extend my leg and do a shoulder drop. It doesn't look that smooth. I think. Yeah, I have a feeling like if I bend my leg, have my body moment to catch up, and then once it's catch up like substantially, then I stomped there, and then immediately extend my leg, and it's just one motion, which can help solve the move a lot more significantly. So one of the first moves I can apply the principles is essentially this double feint here. So let's play this clip. So just to go over it, what I mentioned before is Messi crisscrosses that left foot over there like this, and then does that feint there, and then when you get to this point, you can see if like the defender will go here to anticipate you cutting over to the side, and then you can do an inside cut. But sometimes they don't, and they leave the space over here. So here he does another feint, and then goes over to the side. So doing the same principles here, you see how Messi, so I have another, trying to tie in this theory together. You see how like, a lot of times, Messi will like touch the top of the ball here, especially, if he's not committed fully to going here at first. So, I think that gives him space because, as soon as his body catches down, he can really like aggressively like, bring his foot down when he commits to doing the second feint. So, as soon as he brings that foot down, then actually, I mentioned doing the double feint before, but also like swinging your arms. It looks really subtle, but at least when I do it, like it feels very significant. But on the video, it might not seem as so. So, like it's a bit higher on the ball, and then as soon as you feel like your body's catched up, you can try to like really stomp that foot on the ground, and then quickly bring that opposite leg for a feint in quick succession. So it's almost like one motion, and then at the same time, I feel you try to naturally swing your arms to like almost like in a running motion, just to try and get it very quickly. So before I was trying to copy Messi exactly, but right now I really want to get the essence of I guess the magic, so to speak. So just going over the same principle. So arm swinging, the stomping the foot when my body catches up, yeah, and then doing like the touch of the last touch of the ball, and then the feint in quick succession. So here I go, crisscross my foot. At this point it's not too aggressive. Extend my leg for the uh, first feint. Here, Messi kind of has his foot a bit sticked out like this. At this point, I don't think it's that significant. Later on, I can also try it that way to see if there's any difference. But yeah, I think for now it's okay. So here, I was like, this is more of a feeling. If I were to analyze it, it would take, well, I have to do it in a lot more detail over a course of like a few weeks. But what I was going for is I was trying to wait for like my body to really catch up before I really like commit to swinging those arms aggressively and then stomping my foot down like this. Like it almost feels like I'm like running like with my ankle like pointed down like this towards the ground, and then then I can quickly like bring that leg over here for a feint. So it's comes off, very quickly. As soon as like I'm about to commit to doing the move, when my body catches up, and I'm not stopping in front, I'm stopping, down and like behind me, like I'm gonna run, and then swing those like arms, like like let's see if we can see it, but just trying to make it look a lot more natural and in one motion. And here's the second move. I was trying to, put all these magical elements and trying to improve the dribble. So here's the feint where he kind of like twists his body and goes over to the side. Okay, just to go over it, you see how like he comes over, and then you see the legs are kind of together. He points his left foot almost like slightly to the side of the ball, and you see that those hips, it kind of twists out, and then you see those legs are fairly together before he goes over to the side. And one thing to note here is like you see like Messi's foot kind of like points over like over to the side. So initially, his foot's over there, kind of like pointed a bit more straight on, and then you see that left foot, the dribbling foot, it's pointed a bit more to the side. So I have a theory, when you stomp, it's a bit more effective to go to the side. So in the previous clip, or also with the Boateng feint, it's like since you're touching the ball, like the foot's a bit more like pointed inwards. But with this, I think he points outwards, so kind of looks like he's ready to like stomp, especially when his body catches up to his leg, and stomp forward and to the side this way. I've played this clip before, but it's the same principle here. So as Messi comes, brings his left foot over to the side. You see that foot? It's a lot more noticeable. See, it's pointed straight on here, and as he's about to like stomp, and like see it curves out like this. So again, it kind of gives the impression that he's gonna like really accelerate over and touch it this way, and then rather than like swing your arms like forward back, it's kind of I find to the side like a bit more. Let's see if we can. Yeah, it's a bit hard to explain. Maybe I'll explain it better next time. But since your hips are turning, and like you had your like ankle pointed outwards, you still use your arms to like make it go in like one motion. Like you stomp your foot down there, then extend the leg out to the side. Not too much, while keeping the legs fairly close, and then going to the opposite way. So here's my attempt. Also, like Messi is trying to like put my foot over to this side. Kind of see like my foot's over there, and then I trying to like stomp. So it looks very subtle, but like the feeling is like a lot more different. I was like trying to wait for my body to catch up, and also I was trying to like in those clips, Messi was dribbling fairly fast. So I was trying to like kind of spring a bit more forward with up in the air with my right foot, and then when my body was significantly catched up, then like I really stomp with my foot outwards like this, like down. Again, it doesn't seem that obvious in the video, but that's what the feeling was. And then my legs are fairly close together. Go over to the side, hip turn. That was actually it's fairly easy to follow and straightforward, and then really using those arms. So again, I'm not swinging back and forth. It's kind of like to the side and up and forth, if that makes sense. So as soon as I stomp, and then I extend it like this, so it goes in like as it gets smooth. It's not in one motion. I'm not doing it in like 2 or 3 separate moves, and then going over to the side like that.